All right, people, what's going on? We want to thank y'all for joining us again today. I'm Stephen J. with my partner Ghost, and we're back to talk to you about what's going on in the UFL season, and this is Real Tough Talk.
And yet again, another bittersweet end to another successful season. You know, obviously we played the last games this week. We're about to review them, but you know, I can say that there's reasons why I'm glad that the season's over, but reasons why, you know, it kind of, you know, makes me sad that it's over because it happened so fast, you know?
Right.
Now it's playoff times. Now it's, you know, put up or shut up, win or go home. We're finally able to see everything end this week.
And yeah, like you said, it's the last week of the regular season, man. And, you know, we get to see guys try to get their game up, try to make that all-star team. Teams try to build a momentum to jump into the playoffs. And it's interesting to see the way the season ended. You know, 99 was a very impressive team. 99 put some respect on their name. They're the defending Eastern Conference champions. And this year, not only were they one of the best teams in the league, I mean, in the East, they were one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
So that's the way you defend your Eastern Conference crown. Super Friends, they were top. This season, they were a decent team. But, you know, I don't think that they really, I mean, they had guys banged up. A few guys wasn't showing up every week. Certain guys would show up one week, other guys would show up the other week. They didn't look like a team that was hungry to defend the crown. And now we see both of these teams in a rematch of the championship game in the last game of the season.
I guess this is what happens when you are the defending champions. I guess this is what comes with all of that. I guess they figure, you know, we already won. We're gonna take it easy during the season. You know, some of the guys come, some of the guys, you know, take it easy, and then we start turning it up in the playoffs. To me, that's what it seems like. They're not really taking the regular season games as seriously as they need to, in my opinion. But they still find ways to win most of the season. They have 2 losses this season, so not too shabby for a team that some would say weren't really taking the season seriously. But I would have liked to see a little more from them this season.
And 99 did the exact opposite. They made sure all the guys is here every week. They wanted to show that them making the chip last year wasn't a fluke. They went out, they signed Chad, they picked up Mike. You know, 2 guys that made a big impact on their defense.
They also picked up Hector.
They picked up Hector, another they stole him from Browns. Yeah. They got Hector. You know, they went out and got some playmakers. They lost Javon, but the season Javon had would show that wasn't a big loss to them. They have other guys stepping up, and KC's playing the same KC type ball. One of their guys really turned this game into a rivalry, talking a lot of junk to Super Friends. You know, you see a picture here where he says Super Friends are dead. And do you think he's kind of like waking up a sleeping giant by doing that? Or do you think that's confidence he's trying to get his motivated team coming into the game?
I think that's it's pretty much both. You can't say that one is not more true than the other, that one is more true than the other, because yes, I feel that it is confidence. That this team has been playing lights out throughout this whole season, beating whatever team faced them. Regardless, they only had 1 loss, and that was to a team that they had beat in that game as well.
That they gave the game away.
Yes, they really gave that game away. So I think that they have that confidence that they can beat whatever team that they face. The thing about it is with Super Friends, this is a team that you don't want to put in your crosshairs.
Right.
To put in their crosshairs. You don't want them to become one of their targets. You don't want to wake up, like you said, the sleeping giant. And that's a team that can turn up at any given time. Who knows what will happen because of what they started with the smack talking.
Now we're going to jump right into the game with 99 getting the ball. It's 3rd down. Casey throws a mic on the sideline for a nice game, picking up the 1st down. Then you're going to see Casey with 3 passes to Shen for a nice game, getting him to the 7-yard line. Way to move the ball. Shannon is 2 years in a row. They main guy, you know, leading the troops, being a great leader this year. 4th and goal. Casey on 4 rush. Steps past AB, finds Shannon in front of the end zone for the touchdown. Mike gets the extra point, 7-zip. The question was this a sack?
And I'm going to say this here. This play right here is very close to call. Me personally, like I said, I'm not a ref. Don't recommend me to be anybody's ref.
It's terrible.
But to me, I think that this could have been a tag. I think that AB kind of just made it, in my opinion. don't kill the messenger. That's just my opinion. I think that he just got there, but that is a hard tag to spot. From wherever the ref's angle is. I have the best angle that you can catch that play on. But fortunately for KC, he's able to get past that and still make the touchdown pass.
And that's a great way to drive the ball. KC's doing what he does. Low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So he's able to move the ball, take shots here, take shots there, nothing that's going to put them in a negative, and able to score on the Super Friends team. It's putting them up 7-zip. Super Friends get the ball. Dion is not here. Creep gets the start, and we're going to see. I was a Creep fan early in the season when he threw. I thought he was a great backup. I thought he was a guy a team should have go after, and we're going to see what happens when he gets the start. After getting the first down, Creep throws short to Kenny, who runs for a decent game. Second down, Creep on 4 rush, runs for a decent game. Third down, Creep throws deep to Prince Mo, cutting in the back of the end zone. Chris knocks it away, thinking the pass was to him, incomplete. Last down, Creep throws it up, incomplete, turnover on the downs, and Super Friends don't look like their receivers on the same page as Creep goes to Mo, but Chris knocks it away, and then they end up getting stopped on 4th down. This is the fact that your guys haven't been here all season. They haven't built that cohesiveness. Thank you, Pop. And it shows in this drive right here, causing them to turn over the ball.
Well, obviously, like you said, they weren't on the same page. I think that Chris got a little greedy there. He thought that ball was for him. He goes up to get it with one hand, and because of that, he tries to make a highlight and ends up being an incomplete pass, costing them a touchdown.
Next drive, KC gets the ball. It's 4 rush. He gets sacked by AB. Great sack by AB. Third down, KC gets blitzed by Prince. Throws to JR in the gap for a decent game. Last down, trying to get the first. KC throws the JR on the sideline, low, incomplete, turnover on downs. And if you're 99, you cannot not get a first down. You just made a stop. You just drove down the field and scored, and now you can't give them a first down. That's a little bit of inconsistency. We've seen them win games, but KC has not had a great season this year. But it doesn't matter, because they're up 7-zip, but that's a great stop by Super Friends.
But at the end of the day, this game is still early. So, again, I can't expect them to score on every single drive that they come on in this game when they normally average about 14 points a game. So, at the end of the day, they turned over this drive here. But if they get more tries, they get to kill the clock more. That's probably their start anyway. So, I don't see this hurting them so early in the game.
Second down, Creep on 4 rush, throws the show in the middle. The pass is behind him, almost picked off by Chad. Third down, Creep on 4 rush, rolls right, throws the draw in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Super Friends have to punt. And Joel was supposed to be the weapon they went out and got in order to make plays. Now, we seen him play decent in the beginning, the first game or so. He kind of dropped off, haven't really been that weapon that they expected him to be. So, unfortunately, Super Friends are not able to do it. They're going to have to punt.
And like you said, the incohesiveness, I'm going to keep saying that word now since you said it, that their incohesiveness with the way that they're playing together, it's just not working right now. They're not gelling. I don't know if it's because Creeper's at the helm and it's not Dion, but these guys, not only is he struggling right now, but they're dropping passes, and that's going to kill your drive at any given point. 99
gets the ball back the next drive. They're not able to do nothing. They have to punt. Super Friends now having the ball again. Creep throws to Vadim on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Creep gets blitzed by Ty. Throws deep to Chris in the middle end zone. Knocked away by Shannon. Last down, Creep on 4 rush, throws to Chris in the corner end zone. That's going to be dropped. Taking us into half, 7-0. You cannot bully 99's secondary anymore. They did that last season. Can't do it to them this season. They added Ty, he's big. They added Chris, he's big. They added Mike, he's big. Pause, just to say that real quick. And they got Shannon back there. This secondary is very dangerous. They upgraded from having Dre, who's undersized. They upgraded from having Chris, who's undersized. And they went out and they got some big corners in the secondary that are not as huge as the Super Friends, but they're big enough to make plays, and they did it on this drive. They're up 7-zip. I like that. That's
all I see from them right now is they feel like there was a call that was missed on their behalf, and that is why 99 scored. But listen, at the end of the day, that's all that was. You got to pay attention to your offense, because your offense is failing you in this game right now. I'm not going to say that you don't have the talent to win this game, but you got to get Creep into this game. You got to start getting him comfortable with some short dump offs, some slow drives, going down the field. Get him comfortable. If you don't do that, I think that that's all she wrote in this game, because Creep is not playing like a starting quarterback that can win this game.
Super Friends get the ball back. Creep throws the gutter on the sideline, who runs for a decent game, picking up the first down. Creep pants the ball draw, who has blockers and runs for a decent game. Third down, Creep on 4 rush, big sack by Heck. That's why they went out and got Heck. He's a guy that can chase down Creep. He has not the same speed as Creep, but he has enough speed that he can make it life difficult on Creep, and he makes a big sack here. Last down, Creep scrambles on 4 rush. Throws Alex in the back of the end zone. Short, picked off by Shannon, giving it back to 99 Problems. Let me repeat that. He throws to Alex, and it gets picked off by Shannon. Alex, one of the biggest guys in the league, and Creep throws an interception to one of the shortest guys in the league. That's like Porzingis posting up Isaiah Thomas and Isaiah getting the ball. That makes no sense. That's all on Creep. Alex is the most deadliest, dangerous, best offensive player in the league, in the game. How can you not give him the ball when Shannon's on him?
I don't know. Obviously, Creep is not watching the whole field. He's,
not watching the field.
He's pretty.
Alex is like 6'5".
That's not the point when you have pressure coming at him. And I don't think that he can.
I don't want to hear that.
Listen, I don't know. He's not the starting quarterback, so you can't necessarily say that he's out here to handle all of this pressure at the helm at quarterback. And that's exactly what I see right now. He's getting pressured. He's not necessarily making the decisions like he's supposed to. He's, unsettled in the pocket, and because of that, he's making throws like this.
Casey throws a Mike, who gets behind Alex in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Casey throws a Chad in the gap. Prince gets a hand on it, incomplete. 99 has to punt. That is another stop on this Super Friends defense. 99 can't move they're moving the ball, but they're not able to get points out of it. Super Friends defense keeping them in the game. Casey can't find a way to score on them, and that's a great defensive stop by Super Friends.
The crazy thing is, I don't see 99 killing themselves over them not scoring. Why? Because even though they don't score, they're killing the clock slowly. So they're taking away possessions from Super Friends and keeping them from scoring. They have no fear of Creep right now. They have no fear of him scoring. And I feel like regardless of who's at quarterback, Super Friends should feel disrespect. They need to do something about it in this drive.
Second down, Creep throws a gutter open on the sideline for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Second down, Creep scrambles on 4 rush, but still gets sacked by Heck. Heck with another big sack. Slowing down Creep's running game. But look at this question right here. Look at this. Give me a question mark right here. Look at this. This is Alex again in back in the end zone. And who's guarding him?
Shannon.
Maybe we need to get Creep some CNI dog or some bifocals or something. This team 99 called you out. This team said that you guys are dead. I don't care if you have Creep throwing. I don't care if you have Dion throwing. I don't care if you have a Chinese person throwing rice. Somebody got to be able to move the ball on this 99 defense. He's not able to see the mismatch on this drive right here, and that may come back to haunt him. Third down, Creep gets blitzed by Ty, rolls left, throws a Vadim on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. But if you look here, he could have thrown short to Chris. Last down, Creep on 4 rush, rolls right, throws the show in the end zone, tipped by Ty, picked off by Shannon, who's going to make a nice return, get it all the way to the 40-yard line, and that is another stop by 99 Problems.
And the crazy thing about this drive is that there were so many people open, so many opportunities on this drive for Super Friends, and Creep couldn't make these throws. If you see Alex on Shannon, I'm sorry. No offense to Shannon. He's a great player, obviously a two-way player, but I'm making this throw at any given moment. I'm throwing it to Alex as soon as I see that matchup, and Creep did not do that. He's probably the only quarterback ever put in that position that wouldn't make that throw, and because of that, they end up throwing, and he ends up throwing an interception.
Remember, it is 7-zip. 99 again can't score on the drive, and they turn the ball over. Not able to do nothing on this drive. Creep gets the ball back, throws a gut on the sideline for a decent game. Then Creep is struggling to move the ball, but on 4th down with blocking from Kenny, Creep throws the gut in the middle for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Creep with blocking from Gutter scrambles and gets sacked by Heck. Another big sack by Heck, but the question was, look at all his receivers. They're all going deep. I know we've been killing Creep, but what do you want them to do when all your receivers are going downfield?
And obviously a struggling quarterback, you gotta have somebody that's gonna make things easier for him. Even Joel, who usually is a safety valve, all the way down the field. So what do you expect Creep to do? A struggling quarterback getting rushed on 4 rush? What else you expect but him to, fall apart at that moment? That's exactly what happened.
Second down on 4 rush. Creep throws a deep, pretty pass to Prince Mo in the back of the end zone. Mo makes the catch for the touchdown. 7-6. The question was this a catch?
And right here, I'm going to say that there's no way to tell because these guys got in the way as the ball was falling. Prince Mo makes a catch. They said that he dropped it, but the way I see it right here, it looks like one hand is cradling the ball as he braces himself, and then he cradles it with the other hand. I don't see the ball come out of his hand, so to me, even though I don't get to see the complete play, it looks like he caught that ball. That was just probably the best throw that Creep has thrown all day today.
They go for the extra point, they're going to miss it. 7-6. Super Friends are down. They got to go onside. Now, this is remember, earlier in the season, the last loss that 99 got, they had opportunity to get a first down. Shannon doesn't do it. Rebels end up stopping them, coming back down and scoring. This one, Super Friends need the ball back. Macho, right here, tells all the guys before they kick off, it's going to go, if it goes short, everybody get away from the ball. Tells them, the ball is thrown. And the same guy who told everybody to get away from the ball touches it. Fumbles the ball, Super Friends able to get the recovery.
And most people are trying to figure out what was going through Macho's mind because he's the one who warned everybody not to touch the ball, and then he ends up making the exact same mistake. So I personally think that while he was going for the ball, he looked at how short, because the ball was short. That would have been a penalty in favor of them. It looked like he saw the ball going short, probably about to drop at the opposing 40-yard line, and he wanted to run to the ring.
He tried to make a play.
I think that's exactly what happened.
He wanted to be on film. He wanted to be the guy that made the big play to end the game, and he cost his team.
And because of that, all he did was give Super Friends an even bigger window to come back and seal the win for themselves.
Please give this guy Bonehead University. Please.
Well, I don't know if I can fit the hat on him the way the angle of this video is.
Just as he fumbles the ball, you can hear the music playing. Because that's definitely Bonehead University. 7-6, Super Friends get the ball. Second down, near the 50, Creep on 4 rush. It's sacked by Heck. Joel was open, but Creep throws it too late, and that is a huge sack by Heck. The reigning giver of the year comes away with a great sack. Creep, we're blocking, runs for a decent game. Last play of the game, Creep throws it up, picked off by Ty, ended the game, 7-6, 99 come with a win, and the rematch, they got their revenge against the defending champions.
And it's crazy that this game ended at a 7-6 win for 99. Such a close game. The thing about it was, it seems closer than it really was because this Super Friends team could not move the ball to save their life. And literally, it couldn't save their life in this game. Creep struggled in a way that just amazed me because he had throws right there waiting for him, and he couldn't make it. I don't know if it was because it was too much going for him. He wasn't prepared for this game. There was pressure. I don't know what was going through his head, but it wasn't actually winning this game. It wasn't making those throws that he needed to make. And I think his hesitation, and key word, hesitation, is what made them lose this game. Their defense held the best they could. They kept 99 to 7 points in this game. Yeah. But that still wasn't enough to come ahead with a win. And I got to put that on the offense and on Creep. Not only him, but they dropped a couple of passes on this offense that didn't make his job any easier. So they got to look at themselves and see why they earned the loss in this game.
Super Friends got sacked 3 times. No, I'm sorry, 4 times. Threw 2 picks and dropped 4 passes. 1 for 6. They had the ball. I'm sorry. Yeah, they scored 1 out of 7 times they had the ball. That's not a defending champ. not a great way to get into the playoffs. John talked all week, pumped his team up, and you know it's a saying. My uncle told me a saying.
There you go.
The easiest thing to do in the kitchen is stir the pot. That's all John had to do. He just stirred the pot.
I think you made that up.
Nah,
I've never heard of that quote.
Listen, the easiest thing to do in the kitchen is to stir the pot. That's all. He didn't have to do no ingredients. He didn't get this team together. The team was already, he got there. The team was already created. He didn't have to be a leader. So he didn't have to buy the groceries. All he did was stir the pot.
How about the easiest thing in the kitchen is putting the pot in the stove?
No,
that's easier. That's easier. What are you talking about? Okay, listen. Listen. I don't need y'all. Hurry up. I got something to say. Hurry up.
I don't need y'all. Mm-hmm. John had these guys hype all week. And that was a great thing to do. Some people call it cockiness. I don't. First of all, 99 is the Eastern Conference champs. Second of all, 99 ends the season with one loss, beating teams like IOD, YMM, beating teams like the Browns. They beat top teams that people said that they couldn't beat. They beat them. They gave the game away against the Rebels. So this team has something to prove. They feel disrespected. Plus, Super Friends went on record said if had it not snowed in the championship game, they would have blown them out. You didn't show me nothing today.
But I'm going to say this.
They didn't have their starting quarterback.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Because the way the Super Friends act on the field, the way they talk about Dion, and at times the way they yell at Dion, you think this team can score with anybody. They didn't show it today. They scored 6 points. You have Kenny. You have Alex. That's a great 1-2 punch. You have Prince Mo, the former offensive player of the year. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear who wasn't here. I don't want to hear who didn't do what. At the end of the day, you're the defending champions. This team better hope Dion never gets ejected from a game. Because Creep cannot do it. He showed today.
Now that
Heck
I can agree
had
with.
Creep on lock. I've seen Creep throw in Brooklyn. I've seen Creep run circles around teams. He didn't do it against 99. 99 was aggressive. They scored one offensive touchdown on their first drive of the game and did not score again and did not worry about it. Like I said, when you drop the ball, you score once out of 7 tries, you throw 2 interceptions, you're not going to win. And this is not the momentum they need going into the playoffs. Super Friends are too cocky. Mm-hmm. They figure they don't look hungry. And they better turn it around. Because you got teams like Dem Getters. You got team like Carver. You got team like Violators. That they got to get through on the West. And even in their first matchup, first round versus Never Scared, they better wake up. 99? Nobody needs to disrespect this team no more. What else do you want them to do? They beat 99. They beat IOD. They beat YMM. The team that you said that they couldn't beat. Then they beat the Super Friends. We're going to continue making excuses about this team? Show some respect. We're not worrying about any other league but UFL.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
All right. I'm going to be short and brief since you took away most of our time, talking about this game. I got nothing to say. You can hear. Listen, all I'm going to say, listen.
You can hear. You can hear. You can hear.
At the end of the day, one thing I could say is the counter to your argument with the whole Super Friends thing is the person that's missing was there. The guy who faced them, their championship MVP in this game.
Okay.
All-star and championship MVP. So Dion was accredited as the person who helped them win the championship in that game against 99. So that's one. 2, so what you claimed and said that, if Dion gets ejected or anything like that, they're in trouble. That I agree with. Because with Dion, they're a completely different team. And that's what a lot of people are paying attention to. This is a championship defending champs right now, but a lot of people are paying attention to how they play without Dion here.
Right.
If this is how they play without Dion, then All we have to do is find ways to get past Dion, and this team is going to fall apart.
Dion value just went up.
Yeah.
You got to say his stocks shot up. I'm going to Tone, and I'm going to Kenny, and I'm talking about an extension or something because it proved right now. And the thing is, Tone has to figure a way to get this team refocused because they do not look hungry. This team has been in this league for 3 years. Formerly Primetime, changed it to Super Friends this year. This is the least effort, the least motivated, and the least hungry defending championship team I have ever seen in the UFL in my career being.
Hopefully they change that in the playoffs. Obviously, the playoffs is a different animal, but we can only see how much they will change from this regular season. If they play like this in the playoffs, the way they play in the regular season, I don't see them going far. 99, terrific season. Hopefully they get to keep up this momentum. If they're able to keep up this momentum, a lot of teams, again, they are playing like a number 1 seed, and you got to take them seriously.
And now they win a bye. They don't have to play this week.
Yeah.
They have a first-round bye. We're going to end this game. We're going to end this up. 99, put some respect on their name. Come away with the win over defending champs, 7-6. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, IOD versus FOE. Unfortunately, IOD can't do nothing but lock the number 2 because 99 won that game. They can't get the number 1 seed because Supnam 99 beat them in the regular season. So even though IOD will finish with 1 loss, and it's crazy because the only loss they got is to 99.
Yeah.
They have an opportunity to lock up the number 2 seed if they win this game. FOE, definitely not what we thought they were going to be. Have a lot of game. They got some good players. Herbie was not able to play this season, former All-Star MVP. He's going to not make the season. He's hurt. But other than that, the team has played decent, gave away a lot of games. But they're coming in this week losing their best player, Twan, out for the year. Definitely up there for Rookie of the Year, which the league added this year.
Yeah.
And definitely up there for Defensive Player of the Year. This kid was just great, and that's a big loss for the team.
And obviously, not only did they lose their best player this season, but they lost, a teammate, a person that came out, with them playing hard every week. They lost that. So their morale is going to be slightly down, knowing that person leaves a vacant spot on their team. That's unfortunate for them because I know that they felt it when he got injured. The way that they moved on the field was different. The atmosphere that came from them was different. They tried to keep us a straight head, but obviously it hurt seeing them go down. So hopefully they get through this game, play hard as they can. This is going to be a tough game playing against this ILD team. Hopefully they can find a way to come through because they need this game regardless.
But coming into this big game, FOE does a change, and they're going to start Ghostface over Dave. Now, Dave haven't had a great season, but the only way a young quarterback could get better is by playing. Mm-hmm. Why is Ghostface starting? What do you think?
My personal thing, it's hard necessarily to say, but the only thing to me that makes sense is that they're resting him up this week to be ready for the playoffs. I personally, listen, I'm not saying that it's something that's definite. I'm saying it could be far-fetched. I don't know, but I'm just throwing whatever I can out there. No reason to me is a good reason why you would make this move now, because this can affect your momentum moving into the playoffs. So this game, whether you can move up or not, is still important because you want to end the season strong. You want to, send a message that you're a team that should be taken seriously moving into the playoffs. So beating a team like ILD says something. So I would hope that this team would take this game seriously, but taking out their quarterback Dave, it says otherwise.
I'm gonna jump to the real quick let me give you some of the numbers where you can see on the screen right now. Dave has been their only quarterback this season. Ghostface has thrown. He's going to throw this game. Dave right now is 9, 12, and 5. 9 touchdowns, 12 picks, 5 sacks. Not great numbers. And, you know, this is their first year.
Mm-hmm.
This guy threw in City Island. He's trying to get better. I don't understand why you Ghostface is starting. Don't give me that nonsense that they're trying to rest him. It's not NFL. I understand the NFL.
I mean, maybe, like I said, I don't know. Maybe he's hurt.
Playoff.
Like I said, there's a lot of different reasons. I just don't know.
Maybe they're on something.
Hey, that's
or coming off of something.
That's a reason.
And need to go back on something. There is no way Dave is not starting. Dave gives this team the best chance to win. Now, if you're trying to prove a point, probably not starting him. I can understand that. But I'm not taking that chance against ILD. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because if not, we're going to get blown out.
Well,
ILD is attempting to, when they played this game, they didn't know that they didn't have the 1 seed because 99 hadn't played yet. So they're playing like they're trying to get that 1 seed. This is a focused ILD team, and I think it's a mistake not starting Dave. We're going to jump right into the game. Ghostface is going to get blitzed by Slasher, who gets through Milt. Ghostface can't get the ball off. It's sacked by Slasher. FOE can't move the ball any further, and they're going to have to punt. The main thing about this drive is Slasher gets past Milt. Milt has at least 40, 50 pounds, if not more, on Slasher. Milt tends to say he's one of the top blockers in the league. Can't say that and get beat by a guy that much smaller than you. And this is unacceptable.
But there's a reason for that. One thing that Milt does not have, he does not have speed at all. And that's one thing that Slasher has on him in spades. He has speed. So because he's able to beat him at a certain spot, that's why it's hard for Milt to even get in front of him and stop Slasher from getting past. Because all Slasher has to do is make a move like he does here and gets right past Milt, and now he's in position to make the sack. That's exactly what happens here.
ILD gets the ball. Second down. We're blocking from Hummer. Adi throws a buck in the middle for a decent game. Third and long. Adi is blitzed by Dutch. Scrambles and throws a buck in the middle. Adi gets flagged for getting past in the line. ILD have to punt. Adi is the most flagged quarterback when it comes to stepping over the line because he has the wind-up. Similar to a pitcher. As he comes up to make the throw and to get more into his throw, he steps over the line. He's been doing it all season and been getting flagged for all season. ILD has to punt.
And that's unfortunate that one penalty like that calls you to turn over the calls you to punt. That's pretty much what stopped their drive. So Adi has to make sure he knows exactly where he is on the field. On this play here, I guess he's looking for his receivers. He's not paying attention to what his position is on the field, and because of that, they end up forced to punt.
Struggling to move the ball. Third down. Ghostface is sacked by Lou, forcing ILD to punt. This team is all over the place. They can't even move the ball, and Lou comes away with the sack. On the punt, ILD gets the ball and gets it all the way to the 10-yard line. This is lack of hustle. This is lack of play, and this is terrible coverage on special teams by FOE. ILD gets to the 10 on the punt, but if you look here at these several plays, they can't get any closer to the end zone after getting to the 10-yard line, and they're going to turn the ball over, and that is horrible offense by ILD. And I put that all on ILD. You're the captain, you're the quarterback. There is no way your special teams can get you the ball to the 10-yard line and you can't score in 4 plays.
And because they're right there at the 10-yard line and they can't move the ball, that just shows that there's something wrong with your offense, that you're not clicking right now. I'm not going to only blame it on Adi. I blame it on the whole offense right now because none of these guys are playing up to par right now. None of these guys are making the plays that they need to on offense to help Adi. And because of that, that's why they're struggling to score even at the 10-yard line.
Second down, Ghostface is blitzed by Lou. Scrambles, but is sacked by Slasher. Another big sack by Slasher. Third down, we're blocking from Milk. Ghostface scrambles, throws a white ball on the sideline. It's going to be short. FOE have to punt. It's time to get in another quarterback. What Ghostface is doing is not working. And sometimes, I don't care how big the circle is. You can't fit a triangle in, no matter how much you try. This is not working. You can keep forcing it, but it's not working, and they're going to have to punt.
And this is where you start to see where a person like Twan would come in to help this team. He was also, not to say that he was the person leading the league in touchdowns or anything like that, but he was a big weapon on offense as well. He did it on both sides. He was a big focus on this team on both sides of the field. And even though he was mainly known for defense this season, he's being missed on offense as well. That's the one target that you don't have, and because of that, there's but so many people that Ghostface can get the ball to, and that's why they're struggling.
Second down, Adi throws a Hummer on the sideline scheme. Third down with blocker from Akon. Adi throws a loop for a short gain. Last down, Adi's blitzed by Milk. Throws to Brad in the middle, knocked away by Ghostface, turnover on downs, and that is another great stop by FOE, but another disappointing stop that ILD takes. You cannot struggle against FOE. They're not known for defense, and you're struggling to score, and they're going to make the stop.
And what else can you say? Drive after drive after drive, they struggle to score. They struggle to get it, make it happen. They struggle to even move the ball. And like I said, going later on into this game, they got to figure out what's going on. They got to change their whole game plan, because whatever they're doing right now in this half is not working at all.
FOE can't score before half, and we're going to go into the half 0-0. ILD won last week versus YMM 6-0. YMM was missing several of their players, and they won 6-0. And now an FOE team who lost their best player, who guys are not playing great this season, is zip at halftime. You got to put this on their offense, because their defense, like last week, stopped YMM. Even shut down Brandon. Offense has been struggling all season. They have not looked lights out as they've done in the past.
The main issue with FOE is their quarterback situation. They have Ghostface throwing. Dave is on the sideline, but he's not throwing. Is he hurt? Is he unable to play? Is he not able to stay for the full game, even though he was there for the full game? I'm just making stuff up right now. But at the end of the day, he did not play. Ghostface is here playing, throwing, and because of that, they're not able to score at all. They already had Dave struggling throughout the season as it is, but you're making it worse by having somebody else throwing. Whatever point you were trying to make in this game doesn't make sense to me, because it's not proving anything, and it's not helping your situation at all, because you didn't score at all on a struggling ILD team, and you couldn't even capitalize to score anything as well.
And before we get into the game, that's a great point. And we're going to tell you, I'm going to tell you another saying that my uncle told me.
Another saying.
The worst thing a blind man could do is try to teach another blind man to see.
What?
Ghostface isn't a quarterback. So how can he go in the throw and think he can show Dave how to do the job? That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Like a blind man showing another blind man to see. You can't. It doesn't make sense. Right?
Yes, it makes no sense, because you created that just now.
No,
that
my uncle
saying
told me
no
that
sense.
saying.
You
I got a whole book full of them.
First of all, I don't even know who this uncle is. You still didn't tell me who this uncle is, because I don't remember no uncle that you know, like, who is this uncle? We share the same uncles.
It's on my mother's side.
Oh, we have the same mother.
Okay, it's on my father's side.
We have the same father. What are you talking about? Listen, stop making things up to make yourself sound
It's my uncle-in-law.
Your uncle-in-law.
Uncle-in-law. He's in law. My uncle, he's in law. Like law.
That's your cop-out, though, right?
Yeah, see? See the audience? We have a live studio audience, just to let y'all know. You hear that? That's the saying. It comes in a book. I listen to wise people, okay? The wise elderly tells me these things, and I put it on the show.
Listen,
exactly.
I didn't say it's right. I didn't say it's not right, but you made that up.
I didn't make it up. It's in the book. I'm going to bring the book next week so you can see all the great sayings. Stop hating. We're going to jump into the second half at 0-0. Adi with 2 passes to Hummer, and they got for a nice game. Third down, Adi's blitzed by Chris. Finds Buck in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Chris blitzed from the backfield, leaving Buck wide open, 6-0. Evidently, you know the defense was going to give up a point. They're not going to be able to shut ILD down the whole game, and ILD finally gets them. Buck, who's been playing great this whole season, Adi finds him for the touchdown.
But the thing about it is I can't necessarily credit IOD as them coming together or anything like that. It's not that the defense fell apart. The defense gave them a window to score. You have Chris blitzing from the secondary. How much sense does that make? You're blitzing from either the linebacker or safety position. Why so far away? All you did was you pulled the defender away from that vicinity. All Adi did was throw right where he left. He's wide open for the touchdown there.
Remember, they did this in the beginning of the season, and that's when they would be a setup, and they have Twan back there that has the speed and the height to get over there. Unfortunately, they must not have got the memo that Twan isn't in the lineup.
Sure.
And they don't have any other guy that can do what he does. 6-0 IOD. Third down, near the 50-yard line. Ghostface throws a thread in the middle, almost picked off by Buck. After a short run for a first down, Ghostface throws two passes for a short gain. Last down, he throws it up, picked off by Lou, giving it back to IOD. He could have knocked it down, but Lou likes stats, and he took the stat for the interception.
Listen, the only thing that you do when you pick off a play like this at the in the end zone is like on the last play of the game or something like that, when you're preventing the other team from catching the ball for a touchdown. But right here, Lou is just greedy. He just wants stats on his record. You can even hear the guys on the sideline said, "Drop the ball, knock the ball down."
Right.
But Lou is adamant in catching that pass. He can't help it. This is what he does, and because of that, even though they get the ball back, they have to start at the 10-yard line.
Remember, can't spell Lou without an O, a.k.a. T.O. That's Lou.
Okay.
You can't spell
no,
without an O.
Okay. The last one was a little bit clever. That one throw that one out.
Lou
throw that
said
one out.
in the interview who's some of his favorite
Okay,
players.
no, that's too much of a stretch. That's too
Ray
much
Lewis
of a stretch.
and
No.
Terrell. This is a Terrell always type play, looking for stats. That's all he wants, and that's Lou. But he gets a pick. It's still a stop, but it's a pick, an unnecessary pick. Ali with 3 passes for a nice gain, get them near the 50-yard line. After a short pass to get the first down, Ali with 2 passes to Hummer in the gap for a nice gain. Third and goal, Ali finds Hummer in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Lucas extra point, 13-0. IOD scores again. 2 for 2 in the second half. They score again on the second possession.
And now it's just them getting into rhythm in the second half. That first touchdown that they got gave Adi the confidence to move the ball better. He was struggling. He's been spotty all season, but once he gets, into the game, that's when he becomes dangerous. And right here, he's able to score yet another touchdown in the second drive of the half.
After getting the first down, Ghostface throws a white ball in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Ghostface is blitzed and sacked by Swiss. Third down, Ghostface throws a John in the middle, tipped by Akon, picked off by Buck, giving it back to IOD. Now listen, we already talked about these acquisitions they made with Swiss and Akon, and they make their impact again. Look on this drive. That's a huge sack by Swiss. Swiss has played excellent for this team in that role that they needed him with. And Akon, when he's been here, has been a great blocker, but then comes away with a big tip to give Buck the pick. These are all guys from who? The U.
Yep.
And they're making plays that they usually make together, make plays here, and that's a pickoff, giving it back to IOD.
They scored twice, two big defensive stops, interception. This team is off to the races. They're playing terrific in the second half. It seems like there's night and day from the first half.
Second down, Adi throws a pretty pass to Brandon, wide open on the sideline, who runs for a big gain in the first down. Now when you see Adi's able to connect with more confidence, with more off, getting it to Brandon downfield, that's when you know the bad man is back. He's a bad man. Great play by him. Then, second and goal, Adi rolls right, finds Buck in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Buck's second touchdown of the game, ending the game. IOD 19-0 with the win over FOE.
And the crazy thing is, they did this in the last 3 drives. They were able to seal away the game with the win. That is an impressive way to take over in the second half. Like I said earlier, they flicked a switch, and it became night and day from the first IOD.
Correct.
The first half with IOD. It seems like they were another team. I don't know who that other IOD team that I saw in the first half, but this IOD team I saw in the second half needs to stay and play like this throughout the playoffs, because this is the IOD team that I remember that so many teams respect as a hard team to beat.
FOE needs Dave to throw. I never want to see Ghostface throwing again. That's blasphemy to my eyes. And I don't want to ever ever have my eyes see so much horror.
Because maybe you'll end up like the blind man and you keep talking about in your stories. The blind man helping the other man see and all of that. That was a story that you made up or your uncle made up or whatever.
He didn't make it up.
He made it up. But listen, at the end of the day, the worst thing you can do is take away one of your biggest playmakers on this team and put him at quarterback and for him to throw hard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Ghostface stopped playing because he was a big offensive weapon on his team for Dave. You take him out of that slot, put him at quarterback. Now who else you have? The only other person I could say is that much reliable this season, not even Bob. Not even Bob. Roger hasn't been here enough. The only person I could say is that reliable is Ja. And he's been spotty in the last couple games as well. So
Fred has been pretty good.
Fred has been pretty good, yes. But my thing is, other than those two, what else do you have? That's why you need Ghostface out there going and getting plays, getting open and getting passes from Dave. If you don't do that, I don't see any way for them to survive in the playoffs.
All right, we're going to wrap this game up. ILD locks up the number 2 seed. And we're going to be right back. They come away with the win, 19-0 over FOE. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, Rep City versus the Browns. This is a big game because the Browns has been a team that's been up, they've been down, they haven't had their main guys, then their main guys come. And, I would kind of say they kind of been inconsistent this year. I do think that they're a sleeper team, but they've been very inconsistent this season at least. I mean, the first time together with either of the guys, but they've been inconsistent.
The thing about the Browns is I don't think that they've completely gelled together the way that they need to.
Yeah.
They are probably one of the most stacked teams on paper, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
But other than that, that's all we see. Because on the field, I haven't seen the Browns knock it out the park, in my opinion. They're not a team that I can say, yo, that's a team that's going to take over. That's a team that I'm afraid of. That's a team that's dominant on the field. I didn't see that. Especially against that game with ILD, I saw a lot of vulnerability. I saw a lot of inconsistency. I saw a lot of incohesion with this team. A lot of issues that this team needs to fix, and I think this game is a game that they need to do it in.
I mean, they won last week against them Getters.
Yes.
But again, they look just really inconsistent. And on the other side, Rep City, they got their quarterback back. This team is a different team when Hood throws. When Hood is quarterbacking on this team is definitely a formidable foe when you're playing against them.
And that's the thing. They've had quarterback issues from the beginning of the season. They had Beaskey come in and play the first couple games. He didn't play too bad, but they couldn't close out.
They lost both games.
They lost both games because they were in it, but they couldn't close it out when they had the opportunity.
22-21, they lost to Rebels, and 25-19, they lost to ILD.
So both games, they had it. They were there. They were right there, and they couldn't finish off the game. Then Hood comes back in the middle of the season. He stinks it up. He shows why he shows that he wasn't here during the season.
He was rusty.
He was resting. He was rusty.
Rusty, yep.
He was rusty, and he didn't show the Hood that he's, the 100% Hood that we know.
But then last week versus the Shockers, he looked like the Hood that won Most Improved Player.
Yes, and even then, we didn't see the full Hood come out and play to the top of his potential. The Hood that was a score away twice from beating Carvin in the playoffs.
Yep,
a few years back. So I think this game is Hood's game to prove that he's back in top form, that he's going to be their quarterback throughout the playoffs, and he's going to get them where they need to go.
We're going to jump right into the game. Dave is in here. Kush is going to get the start. Second down, Kush gets blitzed by Donovan. Throws deep to Travis on the sideline. Just overthrown, incomplete. After a short pass for the first down, Kush on 4 rush rolls left, throws the A-high in the gap for a nice gain. Second down, Kush throws the Trav open in the gap, who runs for a nice gain. Third down, Kush gets blitzed, throws the A-high in the gap for a decent gain. It's going to take us to last down. Last down, Kush is going to throw the Trav in the corner of the end zone. It's going to be a tough catch. Ref is going to say he's out of bounds, turnover on downs. Now, if you look at the play, he makes a throw to the corner. As Trev is going to the ball, he's going to get the leg down. He catches the ball. But if you look here, the ball is moving. You see right here? The ball moves. He doesn't catch it clean. So then by the time he reestablished the ball, he's out of bounds on the line. I think that's why they called it out of bounds. What do you think?
I think that that's the best explanation you can have, because again, if the ball is not cleanly caught before he goes out of bounds, obviously that's going to be an out of bounds call. So because he didn't firmly grasp the ball before his knee goes down, he's considered out of bounds, because right when he gets possession, he's already past the out of bounds line, so they call it out of bounds.
So you think if he catches it in his hands, that's a catch? You think he's in?
Yes, because I think that his knee comes down, he's in bounds,
right when
but he doesn't have control of the ball before he slides out. So because of that, that's why he was called out of bounds.
Hood is going to get the ball back for Rep City. Rep City's going to get the ball. Hood is going to throw 4 passes for a nice gain, getting the first down. Hood on second down throws deep to Donovan on the sideline, high, picked off by Akil. Browns getting the ball back, gets the ball back. That is a bad play by Hood. He's a guy that goes downfield, but he doesn't have great arm strength. He has accuracy. He has a great touch pass. But this is only second down. There is no need for this risk going downfield, and it gets picked off here.
And I don't know if it's that he doesn't have the arm strength or whatever, but this was just a bad decision here. He didn't need to make this throw here. He decides to take a risk, and because of that, he gambles wrong, and it's intercepted.
Second down, Dave is there now. He's gonna get in the game. Dave throws short to Pablo. That's gonna be dropped. Rep City's gonna get a flag for cursing, moving them up, moving Browns up. Third down, Dave throws to Travis in the gap. Low, incomplete. Browns are gonna have to punt. What do you think happened to him on that drive? I think Dave was cold.
Yeah.
I think he attempted just to get into the game, and he wasn't really ready, and it hurt him on that drive.
Obviously, when you switch from one quarterback to another in the middle of a game, in the same half, he's going to come cold. It's not like he warmed up or anything. He just rushed there to start throwing. Because of that, he was not in the right state of mind, and he wasn't the way he needed to be. He wasn't prepared for this drive here. Let's just say that.
Hood throws short to JP for a few yards. JP signed with Rep City a few weeks back. I think that's a great pickup. He had signed at the beginning of the season, but he was hurt. He's back now, and I think that's a great pickup for a guy in the slot. Second down, Hood throws a solo in the middle for a decent gain. Last down, Hood on 4 rush, throws a Meach in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Meach makes a great catch on the sideline, stays in bounds. That's the top play. Test makes the extra point. Rep City 7-zip.
And when I say Meach has been killing all season, and under the radar, mind you, nobody's really been talking about how great of season Meach has been having for this Rep City team, but he proves it here with this great catch right on the sideline. Leaning in, makes a catch, grasp it, maintains possession, and keeps his feet in bounds. Definitely getting the touchdown in bounds. Great way to stay focused, great way to stay in bounds, and great catch overall.
Browns are not going to be able to score before the half, and that's going to take us into the half. 7-zip. If I'm the Browns, it's time for us to play on the caliber of the team we are. We are not playing like we're a team that could bump off one of these top seeds. We're playing inconsistent. We're not playing like we're focused, putting the pedal to the metal. Dave gets here late, but the second drive, I think you should have stood with Kush and let Dave come in the second half, but I'm not the coach. This is Jingo's team, but that's what I would have done.
And Rep City, even though, like I said, Hood, when he started, a couple of drives, he didn't necessarily look his best so far in this game. He threw an interception that he didn't need to. But that last touchdown pass that he threw to Meach, that's them connecting in the best possible way. Meach making a great catch, Hood putting it where only Meach can get it. That's the way that you can connect with your receiver to score. When they're able to do that, that's when I could say that Hood is back. Hood is their quarterback that they need in this in the playoffs. Hopefully, during moving through this game, we get to see more of what we saw just now.
Rep City gets the ball in the second half. Hood on first down, throws deep to Tess in the gap. Caught, huge gain, first down. Tess gets through both safeties right here and makes a great play. 3rd and goal. Hood finds Tess in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 13-0. They take a further lead, and this was the Hood-Tess connection.
And right here, yes, this was Hood connecting with Tess in a big way. First of all, this throw downfield, great throw. That was an awesome throw by Hood. One of the best throws I've seen him throw this season so far. Even though he hasn't really been here that much, that was a great throw. Finding Tess by himself, Test getting through these two safety tier unguarded. I don't know what's going on with the Browns secondary. They're able to finalize on that pass with this touchdown pass here. This is the hood that you want in the playoffs.
Right.
This is the hood that you want at the helm at quarterback.
Right.
He plays like this. He's a person that you have to be that you have to take seriously.
Second down, Dave throws a Pablo in the gap, almost picked up by Beasky. Last down, Dave is blitzed by Steve. Dave scrambles, throws a Tiki in the middle, short, incomplete turnover on downs, and this Browns offense looks pathetic. Rep City's not a team known defensively, but they can play some defense, especially with a top defender like Meach trying to find Travis. He's going to try to go where Travis go, try to shut down Travis's touches, and that's a great stop by Rep City.
The thing about it is I don't see either Kush nor Dave looking their best right here. Their offense is looking the worst I've ever seen them play all season, and that's with or without these guys playing on this Browns team. They look terrible right now. I don't know what it is. It could be that Dave is having an off game, but this is the worst I've seen him throw all season.
Hood is going to get the ball. He's going to throw to Donovan, cutting in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Hood gets blitzed by Jules, throws a JP on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Hood will block it from Cello, runs to the 10-yard line. Third down, Hood gets blitzed by Jules, throws a Meach on the sideline, gets him to the 7-yard line. Fourth and goal. Hood throws to Donovan, wide open in the back of the end zone, drop, turnover on downs. That is a huge drop by Donovan. They picked up Donovan because he's a guy that played with Carver last year, but he was a former All-Star a few years back. Show what he could do. Ever since he's been going to these higher contending teams, he have not really showed the ability to make big plays, and that's another huge drop touchdown.
And that's unfortunate because he was wide open. There's sometimes when people say that there's a such thing as being too open. He was wide open on this play. There's no reason for you to drop this pass. I don't know if it was pressure. Donovan hasn't necessarily been here all season, so it seems like he's out of rhythm in this game as well. He drops that pass clearly, and he gotta hope that none of this happens again later on in this game.
Dave on 4 rush, dodges Bread, throws an A-high, runs on the sideline for a nice game. Remember, it's 13-zip. Third down, near the 50-yard line, Dave gets blitzed and sacked by Steve-O. Big sack. Last down, Dave throws the A-high on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Turnover on downs. They're not even able to get a first down, and this team looks pathetic. Worst offense I've seen in this Browns this season.
And the thing about it is they played horrible when they didn't have these guys on this team. When they had Akil throwing, when they had Q throwing, when they had all of these different guys throwing for this team, they looked horrible. Right now, they look on par with any of those teams right there. They look just as horrible as any of them right now. And that's the worst thing you could say about a team that's so talented within the Browns right now. They are struggling right now.
Second down on 4 rush, Hood is sacked by Jules. Third down, Hood is sacked by Nut, but Rep City runs a timeout on the punt. Don't give the Browns a chance to get the ball, and Rep City's going to come away with the win, 13-0 over the Browns.
This is a disappointing loss for the Browns, in my opinion. Worse than the ILD loss that they had. The ILD loss, they just came up short. They didn't play up to their potential. This game, they played horrible. They played one of the worst that I'm going to use is pathetic. That's how they look because they're too talented to play this way and get shut out by this Rep City team. No disrespect to Rep City because Rep City is a good team in their own right, but the Browns are too talented not to give up, put up a challenge the way that they played in this game.
And we're going to go right into an interview with Rep City, and we're going to be right back. We're going to see what they got to say. We'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Rep City coming through with a big win over the Browns. 13-zip. A lot of people thought y'all was dead in the water. Y'all was here every week. And now you end up with 4 wins at this part of the season. What was the big turnaround?
You want to take that one? Consistency. We finally got our quarterback here. Everybody's coming back. Me, I'm just coming back from a devastating injury. Little by little, we starting to click. So come playoff time, it's a different motion. So that's about it, man.
Well, we saw the first game, you had a little rust. Since then, you've been lights out, even going downfield. There was a little time off, helped you get refocused and remotivated?
Of course. Then it's another thing is like, I was just telling my guys, this league that you got for us gives everybody equal opportunity to get the 161st. It's a long field, blitz, 4 rush. you know. And it's like you said, you put up 2-3 scores, you got a good chance of winning. So that's been my mentality. Like, you know, let me get 2-3 scores. My even though I haven't been here, I've watched the videos. My defense been holding tight. You know, we've been losing close games. You know, so it's like it's little by little, man, little by little.
Mr. Meach, you up there for Defensive Player of the Year. You won the Johnny Rockstar last year. Why it seems like usually after somebody wins an award, they turn it down following season. You turned it up. What's all that about?
You know, just keeping the consistency, just balling out for my team, you know, just going hard every play. I don't want us to be embarrassed. So, you know, just my playing just keeps us up there, you know.
A lot of people expected Browns to beat y'all this game easy. You know that. Do y'all take certain things as disrespect when they say things like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so disrespectful. Because, you know, regular season doesn't matter. When it comes to the playoffs, that's when we're going to ball out crazy.
Real quick, now we hearing that who's been hurt all year, has been here, but has been hurt 100%, ready to come back for playoffs. Is this like the perfect scenario for Rep City coming into the playoffs next week?
Of course it is. It's the last 3 games we turned it up. We started off, all I hear is Rep City this, Rep City that. We don't got a quarterback. We got 3 quarterbacks, this and that, bro. Once come playoff time, it's going to be a different game.
We all know how sports is. When you get hot going into the playoffs, you can make a run.
Well, we're going to thank Rep City for being here with us. 13-0 win. This team is for real. If you don't believe it now, because they ready. For real. Thank you, baby.
They've won their last 2 games to take them into a playoff on a good note. I'm told that they'll get Rel back in the playoffs. That's a great move for them. And this team is definitely a team that can surprise a lot of teams. So they've been playing well the last 2 games. The Browns, let me tell you something right now. Camera, zoom the camera in on me, Ghost. That we play offense, y'all play defense, scrap it. Doesn't work. Now you can zoom me out. I need the best 7 players on the field. On offense, the 7 best players on defense. That's all I need. Travis should be playing both ways. No way Travis should be on offense and not play defense. Trev should be playing both ways. Same thing. Stop trying to get everybody in the rotation. These are your playmakers. They need to be playing both sides of the ball. Jingle got to put this together, because if not, they're going to waste the talent of this combination and they won't be together any longer. Dave needs to stop only looking for his guys. We didn't hear Travis have a big game, right? Meach was lined up on him. Meach was either in his area or lined up on him. That's great coverage by Meach. He's tied with Swan for the lead interceptions with 7. It was Dave's job to find other weapons, and he didn't. This team got to get it together. Too much talent to be struggling. I said this is a sleeper team, but this game they slept on themselves. There is no way you have a high-power offense like this and you lose 13-zip, which they should have actually lost 19-zip. It was a drop touchdown.
And the thing about it is with this Browns team, they have so many potential weapons on offense that it's ridiculous. Yep. They have Travis, definite weapon, obviously. You have Trev, probably one of the Browns' best weapons that they've had the past couple seasons. When Puka's there, he's probably one of the top weapons in the league.
Yep.
So then you have Pablo, who's a top weapon this season. You have Tiki, who's a big weapon off the backfield.
Aha.
You have Aha, who's a talented weapon in the slots.
Isaiah,
listen, how many guys have we got to mention?
Nut.
We have Nut. Akil, listen, we can go on and on about all the talent that they have on this team, but they've got to utilize all of them to the best of their ability.
All of your weapons.
Every single one. When you have all of these same guys clicking, I'd rather have too many weapons than only
13-zip? You got all these weapons, 13-zip?
Yeah.
Dave is the quarterback of this team, but Jingo knows this team. He knows what guys needs to go where or what part of the game. He needs to know to make subs. I don't see Jingo making subs. He got to know when to put guys. That We're going to play offense. Y'all going to play defense. You got to scrap. Give me my best 7 guys offensively. Give me my best 7 guys defensively. When we're going to switch up and go man defensively, give me my great man-on-man guys. And G-Black's been hurt all year. So one of their top defenders who made the All-Star team was not here. So they got a lot of weapons to replace him. This team is wasting their talent, and they got to pick it up because next week is playoffs.
Yep.
We're going to wrap it up. Rep City with the win over the Browns, 13-zip. We're going to be right back.